Hello again. This is John35 with another G1 Transformers review. This is the last of the deluxe insecticons that I have, and I believe that's the last of them anyway. This one is Venom. Again, as with all the deluxes, as I've said on the other videos, I don't believe that these were released in Europe and possibly only released in America and Asia, as I never saw these when I was younger. As you can see, he's some kind of fly, I don't know really, some kind of insect, flying insect. He is one of the nicer of the deluxe insecticons. He's more colourful and he's got better sticker applications, and nicer that he's got the clear orange wings, and these do actually stay in position well. And they move in both ways, up and down and backwards and forwards. Obviously they are a very delicate point to this transformer, and you should be very wary when moving them. The same goes for his legs, which are only just sort of pinned on to the underside of his body, and they are quite delicate as well, so bear that in mind if you're buying one of these, that they are fragile. He came with a white axe weapon as well, but I don't have that. But I have got his green gun, which at least he's got that one with him. I might be able to pick up the axe somewhere else. Okay, well, I mean, as you can see, I'm revolving round. See, he's moulding, and he's even on the wings that they have got fine lines moulded into the plastic, so it does give it a little bit of detail even onto a plain sort of part such as that, where it's just clear orange plastic. I'll transform him now. I think to start with, the best thing to do is fold his legs away, and you fold them, I tend to fold them down anyway, down like so, and keeps them tucked out of the way and a bit safer. As I said, they are delicate. Now, I would say the best route to go would be to get his legs out of the way, which involves pulling out the orange sections to the side and then revolving them down and round like that, pulling them out straight, and then his foot is tabbed into the back. Same again on this one. They revolve at just below the hip sort of joint there. Pull it up straight, flip his foot round, and that's really his legs done. He does have a little bit of posability, more so than some of the other transformers of the era, because he does actually move at the hip, and he's got a knee joint, and you can move his foot, so you can actually stand him in a few different positions. As for his arms, as you can see, this one's already popped out. They're sprung loaded, and you bring that out to the side like so, and you do need to revolve them up because the wings fold round and then up and behind the arm. Now, it does restrict the movement of the arm, which is a real shame they designed it around that way, because if it could have, this piece could have swung round underneath and the arm could have gone up the back, the wing could have gone up behind the arm, sort of near onto his back. It would have given him a greater range of movement in his arm, especially seeing as it is on a ball joint and therefore far more movable than the rest of the G1 insecticons. And then all what's left to do is turn his head round from the bottom there, and what was his mouth in insect mode becomes his eye visor. And then of course you can just put his weapons in his hands. Like I say, I'm missing the white axe which goes there, but like I say, he is better than the other G1 transformers in the fact you can actually pose his legs in different positions. You could have him crouched, so definitely the best out of the deluxes. That's why I've saved him till last to review. Be careful with those wings. It's definitely the one I would suggest and recommend out of the deluxes to purchase if you haven't got any of them. He's the harder to find undamaged because his wings are delicate, though as you saw on the previous video I've done, Chop Shop is another one that is very delicate. He's got the tiny little ball joints on his legs are awful for breaking. But this figure, although delicate, if you can find one what's complete, what's undamaged, yeah, I'd say go for that, because he is a great figure. He's got a very good look, a good paint application onto his bodywork. I'll bring that in so you can see, and good general moulding all the way around. Not a lot of kibble, you know. He's got his insect legs on his back there, but they only really add to the design. They don't really get in the way. Like I say, the only downside really was if this piece could have swung out to the back more to get his wings behind his arms more. But other than that, I would say this is the best of the, actually probably the best out of all of the Insecticons for actually posability and as a figure. Though I have got a bit of a preference to the original three. Again, they're a little bit more favouritism to those because they were from the cartoon series, whereas these guys didn't really make any sort of like impact into the cartoons. I believe the only real recollection I have of them was in the original G1 box art on the back of a lot of the G1 boxes, but of course we didn't get those, so I had always wondered how come we've got different ones on the back of the box to what we've actually been for sale, so I did wonder where they were. But yeah, out of all of the Insecticons, I would recommend this one. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. I initially started all the Insecticons for Ben, Moss Shot 23. I hope you've enjoyed these, Ben, and also I'd just like to say hope you get on well at uni as well. So have a good trip and look after yourself.